Hello, Solar Alignment, y'all. I wonder what kind of story we got this morning in the land of tarot. We know yesterday the lovers were at it. So let's see what we got. The lovers were, they some wandering around, boy. Giggle-eyed and looking at one another, but they sure wasn't together, boy. Then we had the man sitting at the desk constantly working, overthinking. Let's see what we got today. Wasn't too busy yesterday, was it? The hell? Oh, okay. Alright, so we have, let's see. A young person, yeah. A young person, like college age, something rather like that. I do believe, let's see. Yeah, a younger person, yeah. Standing on a fence. Yep, this is about the evening time, it says in that card. They're having hope, courage. They're by themselves, They're not giving off energy to anybody. Hey, I want to be with you. Hey, no. This person's got their eyes set on somebody. Yeah, they're on that fence. They're saying, look at me, look at me. I'm waiting, sticking around, overthinking. Well, this young person is very inquisitive, and has, their eyes are full of wonder, and their minds are full of wonder, and they're fearful, but they're not. They know what they want. They're sure of it. They're kind of having frozen feet. Cold feet. I'm gonna call them frozen feet. All right. So they just, they spend a lot of time on this certain situation, and they know what they want, but they're just so used to being on that fence that they're not, hopping at the opportunity, even though their heart's doing it for them. They just need to continue having hope and courage. Yeah. This is this person isn't by a long shot immature or unintelligent or anything. They're very smart and they're very connected to their family. Everything that they do, believe it or not, they do also for their family. And they don't run around telling people this, because if they did, then their family would be like, hey, I need this, I need that, But this person's been doing a lot of work in this family, and they're tired. So they're trying to have courage and do for themselves for a change instead of for everybody else, and it's kind of got them hugging on that fence. This person is very business oriented. They're very young, but they have great ideas. These ideas could propel them to a big future. Like they know they have the ability to achieve so much. It's almost like they're standing in there and they're giving their self applause and stuff, and it's like in their acknowledgement while they're standing on this fence. They can't stand there too long because, they're young and impressionable, and it's starting to make them feel a little arrogant. And when we feel a little arrogant, our moves are not right. They're not accurate. They got that little arrogant twist to them. This is a female, by the way. This is they like attention, and some of them, they like to be the center of attention, but this one isn't necessarily liking being the center of attention. It's just that their direction isn't clear yet. There's truth, there's justice, but they need to figure out what it is, which direction that they want to go in. So their direction is up in the air because they're still gaining perspective in life, trying to figure out, what they want to do for sure. Most kids are running around acting buck wild, and their parents are thinking they're off messing up. They're not messing up. They're twisting themselves in such a situation so they can get perspective. They're trying to find some way to get the perspective they need. They're being their own detective in their own life. But the problem is the perspective that they're needing, they're not getting because they're holding back for fear of judgment, fear of loss, mostly fear of judgment and loss. So they're holding on tightly to what they have, because if they hold on tightly to what they have, then they can still keep it and nobody's going to do anything about that. They can't take what they don't know and can't take what they can't touch. You know? So this person is very young, very enthusiastic, very lively, very aware, very just on it, very cautious, very. This person is young, but they have an old soul. They don't just run around making all these effed up decisions and not worrying about their consequences. No, this young person has been through some stuff with their family and in life already. And like I said, this child is not any bigger than like a college age child, or but they've made good decisions and choices, though the struggle was real. They did it. So what comes around goes around. They have good luck on their side. They have money on their side. Everything. The wheel of fortune's turning in their favor. This means that they have the ability to manifest and turn anything into gold. This person, it's like they're waiting for something, like the tortoise and the hare, right? Like the situation that they're messing with is the tortoise and they're the hare, right? It's like they're waiting for some kind of certain thing to show up and show out. Like they're like, oh yeah, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and that's okay, but that's starting to. That means that they've been rolling around their head on it too long, and they're starting to get greedy and see. So if they're not careful, God's gonna snatch this back, regardless of your age. So you're just now reaping, or the person in this storyline, this young one, is just now starting to reap the rewards of all that hard work, and this is what is leading them to be arrogant. This is where God is paying attention the most. Yep. So God sees that this child is being arrogant, this young person, this young adult, you know. All right, he sees it. He understands. Hey, okay, I can relate to that. I mean, they did do a lot of work. Da 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 da. God has a sense of humor, but the problem is now it's gone too far. So now there's a decision to be made. So now there's a decision between two things that needs to be made. So first it was about the relationship. Now it's about something else. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So, are you sure you know what you're doing? Yeah, So communication's coming in. Great communication. So, messages are coming to you. Uh-oh. Your parents might be popping up. Being the magician. Yep. Alright, so it looks here like, yeah, your parents are going to be able to help rein this in, because this is insane. You, are doing so great, and then, I don't know what's going on, but, yeah, your mom's going to come in and catch it at the last minute. Oh, how cute. So, you're doing great in the land of tarot, I see. You're getting excited, and you have reason to be. You know, yeah. This could also be, a daydreamer. We have a daydreamer. I can tell you that this person we've been reading about is a daydreamer, and they're very much in love with their family. Yeah. And they could have been adopted, and they could be reuniting with their mother, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is also going to help this person out too, because everybody need their mama. But this person in this reading is very determined. They definitely don't want no bad karma. Trust me. They said, I've had enough of that crap. Yep. Yep. I hear that. Oh, yep. Yep. So this person is trying to make a return in somebody's life, and their parents are not aware. So I can see the arrogance and cockiness. They went from school to work to la la. So yeah, there could be a, yay. So this sounds to me like it's a separation of sorts. We'll be praying for that separation of sorts in the land of tarot. Love, light, and peace, beautiful souls.